Hi everyone, Dan from Astro Telescopes here, and welcome to episode 1 of Astro Explained. This is your quick way to get real info about astronomy, from what year to what to see and what to image, without having to sit through a full-length documentary. Today, we're going to tackle a big one in a simple way. What is a nebula, what kinds are there, and what can you actually expect to see or image as a beginner? So let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. What is a nebula? A nebula is basically a giant cloud of gas and dust in space. That's it. Not mystical, nothing magical, just a lot of hydrogen, some other elements, and dust spread out over light years. The cool part is what these clouds are actually doing. Some are places where stars are being born. Some are the result of stars dying. And some are just some big, dramatic clouds being lit up or carved out by nearby stars. So when you see those big red and blue space clouds in photos, you're usually looking at some kind of nebula. There are lots of subtypes of nebulas, but here's a simple version for beginners. Number 1 is the emission nebula. These actually glow. Hot young stars energize the gas and it emits light, often in that classic red hydrogen alpha color. Examples of this are the Orion, Lagoon, and Rosette nebula. Reflection nebula don't glow on their own. They reflect the light of nearby stars and often look bluish images like the Pleiades. Then you have dark nebula. These are clouds of dust that block the light behind them. You see them as dark shapes cutting through brighter star fields. A good example of this is the Horsehead Nebula. And then you have planetary and supernova nebula. Planetary nebula are shells of gas that a dying star has puffed off. Supernova remnants are the leftovers of the star that has exploded. Now you don't need to memorize all this, but it does help you understand why nebula look so different from one another in the pictures. Now for the honest expectations. If you take your telescope outside and expect the Orion Nebula to look like a full-color NASA image of the eyepiece, you're going to be disappointed. Visually, especially from suburban skies, most nebula will appear as soft gray or faint greenish-gray patches, brighter in the center and fading off at the edges. You'll get more detail the longer you look and the more you use averted vision. Some good first nebula targets to look at through a telescope would be M42. It's bright, it's big, and very forgiving. M8, when it's in season, the Lagoon Nebula is very good. And Planetary Nebula, if you have the focal length like the Dumbbell Nebula, is small but bright and easy to pick up. Under dark skies with a larger scope, structure becomes more obvious, but it's still subtle compared to the photograph. Now this is where the magic really happens. With a decent mount, small refractor, and a modern camera, even a beginner one-shot color camera plus a simple dual band filter, you'll be able to catch real color and emission nebula. You'll be able to reveal structure and detail in gas and dust. You can build up depth by stacking lots of shorter exposures through software. Some realistic expectations for a beginner: in a single night you can get a very respectable image of the Orion Nebula with clear red and teal tones. With some practice, targets like the North American Nebula, the Rosette, the Heart, and California Nebula will start to show that familiar glowing structure you see in online images. As you progress into monochrome cameras and narrowband filters, you can shoot separate HA, O3, and S2 channels and build those dramatic false color images that cut right through the light pollution and moonlight. The big difference between what you see at the eyepiece and what you see in an image comes down to time. Your eyes see in real time. The camera is collecting photons for minutes or hours and stacking them into one beautifully detailed picture. So let's recap episode 1 of Astro Explained. A nebula is a giant cloud of gas and dust in space. There are different types, including emission, reflection, dark, planetary, and supernova remnants. Visually, you can expect subtle gray or green structures that improve with dark skies and practice. In images, even with beginner gear, you can capture real color and fine detail by stacking your data. Now, if you ever want help figuring out what you can see or image from your location or what gear makes sense for your first nebula shots, feel free to give me a call at Astro Telescopes or go to astroworldtelescopes.com on the web. And until that time, keep observing, keep educating, and clear skies, and we'll see you next time on Astro Explained.